The universe contains hundreds of billions of galaxies. They, in turn, are made up of billions of stars linked together by their mutual gravitational pull. In one of them, our galaxy, and at a distance of 260 trillion kilometers from its center, shines a medium-sized typical star, our Sun. The Sun is a hot ionized mass of gas that emits into space around it huge amounts of energy in the form of electromagnetic radiation, that is, light. Eight planets with dozens of satellites, thousands of dwarf planets, asteroids, and millions of comets revolve around our Sun. In almost all of these celestial bodies, there are extreme conditions that do not allow life to flourish. The closest planet to the Sun, Mercury, receives large amounts of energy from the Sun, and thus its surface temperature is too high to maintain a significant atmosphere. The next planet, Venus, could have life-friendly conditions, but its dense atmosphere, consisting mainly of carbon dioxide, causes a very intense greenhouse effect that raises its surface temperature above 400 degrees Celsius. In contrast, the farthest planets from the Sun are huge, with strong gravitational fields, which results in very dense atmospheres around them. At the same time, due to their long distance from the Sun, they receive a very small amount of solar energy, so that the temperature in their atmospheres is many tens of degrees below 0 Celsius. Mars, a small planet with an orbit only a few tens of millions kilometers further from the Sun than Earth, has a surface temperature that can be above 0 degrees centigrade. Thus, water in liquid form could be maintained. Unfortunately, its low mass caused almost all of its surface water to evaporate and thus was lost into interplanetary space. Only on the third planet from the Sun of our solar system, our planet Earth, can life thrive and evolve. There, a living species has even evolved to develop a technologically advanced civilization that has allowed it to break the bonds of the planet and explore space outside it, the human species. But for what reasons has life thrived on our little blue planet? The Earth moves in a relatively stable way around its axis and around the Sun, and is large enough to maintain a significant atmosphere. Its distance from the Sun is 150 million kilometers, so that the energy it receives is sufficient in order to have an average surface temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. This has the effect of keeping huge amounts of water in liquid form. Water is the best solvent for organic compounds, which in turn form the chemical basis for the formation of complex carbon molecules on which every living organism is based. It is no coincidence that life first formed in the oceans. At the same time, its relatively strong magnetic field is an important shield that protects life from dangerous particle radiation from space, and especially from solar wind. Finally, its interior is hot. The heat is produced from both the accumulation of metals in its core and the decay of radioactive materials. The inner energy of the planet makes it geologically active, with significant benefits to life through the recycling of various materials. Life interacts with the environment of the planet, shaping it to a very important degree. Through photosynthesis, the Earth's atmosphere acquired a significant amount of oxygen, which is necessary for living organisms. Its presence in the atmosphere also produced an important shield, the ozone layer, that protects life from the dangerous ultraviolet radiation of the sun. It appears that the universe was created in a tremendous explosion. Since then, the universe has been expanding, and today its expansion continues at an accelerated rate. The great questions of creation and the end of the universe remain unanswered for the time being. It is important for us to know that we live in a giant and violent universe that exceeds human measures and imagination, but is governed by firm physical laws which allow the creation of the extraordinary complexity we call life. Within this gargantuan miracle, humankind lives on a pale blue planet, seeking the answers to questions posed by its very existence.